Good evening and welcome to the University of Southern Mississippi's Spring 2021 commencement ceremony for specialist and master's degrees. I'm Rodney Bennett, President of the University of Southern Mississippi. Before we begin the ceremony, I would like to extend our deepest condolences to the families who were affected by last night's tragic plane accident. I would like to ask you to join me in a moment of silence for our graduating student and her family, and for our community members and their family. Thank you. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by our Air Force ROTC Color Guard and the performance of our national anthem, led this evening by Ms. Danielle Roseanne Watson.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Commencements at the University of Southern Mississippi are wonderful occasions as we acknowledge the achievements of our students and recognize the contributions that family, friends, and the USM faculty and staff have made to their education. For those of you who are able to join us in person, thank you so very much for being with us. And for those of you who are viewing the ceremony online, thank you for being a part of this very special occasion for our graduates. I would like to extend special thanks to each individual who has supported our graduates for entrusting the education of your loved ones to the University of Southern Mississippi. It has indeed been our privilege to have assisted them in getting to this very important day. Students, please join me in thanking your family and loved ones for their support with a round of applause. This past year has certainly changed so many things about our world, but it has also helped remind us of the importance of moments like this one, moments where we can celebrate a milestone and create a memory to cherish for years to come. I would like to extend a special welcome and acknowledgement to each graduate from our Spring 2020, Summer 2020, or Fall 2020 class who is participating tonight. Although we were not able to host commencement ceremonies last year, I am so pleased that you were able to return to what is now your alma mater to commemorate this special milestone. If you completed your degree in the year 2020, would you please stand if you're able to do so? Thank you. You may be seated. I would also like to welcome each of our Spring 2021 degree candidates for as you conclude your course of study here at the University of Southern Mississippi. I'm so pleased that you have chosen to participate in our in-person ceremony this year. I would also like to take a moment to thank our faculty and staff for their hard work to continue educating our students in a year like no other. I know that many of them are watching the ceremony online in support of our graduates. And so I am pleased, and so I will pause here so that our graduating class might express their deep appreciation for the contributions our faculty and staff have made to their successes. With a round of applause, please. Military service to our country is among the highest forms of patriotism and selflessness. I now invite all graduating students and members of the audience who are here in the Coliseum who are veterans, active military or reservists, or newly commissioned officers to please stand if you are able to do so. On behalf of the University of Southern Mississippi, we thank you for your service, past, present, and future. I would now like to introduce members of the platform party who will not be presented later in the ceremony. I would ask each person to stand and to remain standing, and if the audience would please hold your applause until each individual has been recognized. I'll begin here to my right. Providing sign interpretation for the ceremony is Ms. Margot Buisson. Dr. Michael Madsen, our commencement Grand Marshal. Ms. Rachel Shoemaker, the 2020-2021 President of the Student Government Association. Mr. Gavin Rustin, representing the Graduate Student Senate. And our ceremonial readers, Dr. Catherine Anthony and Dr. Colin McKenzie. Please help me in thanking these individuals for their participation this evening. It gives me great pleasure to invite to the podium the Executive Director of the Southern Miss Alumni Association, Mr. Jerry DeFatta.
Good evening, graduating students. On behalf of the Southern Miss Alumni Association, congratulations to our returning alumni who have now earned a second or even a third Southern Miss degree. We are so glad you chose to continue your education here at your university. And congratulations to our newest alumni. Thank you for choosing Southern Miss as your graduate institution of choice. As graduates of the University of Southern Mississippi, you are all part of an ever-growing group of more than 130,000 proud Southern Miss alumni scattered throughout the world. Because of your new or existing status as alumni, you have a golden opportunity to be part of our Alumni Association. I encourage you to get engaged, to become or remain an active member. We need you to help us recruit the next generation of Southern Miss Golden Eagles. We need you to get connected with your local alumni group and serve your community in the name of Southern Miss. Let us know about the important things that are going on in your life, and we'll let you know what's going on here at your university. The university community is your family, and each of you can make a difference in the life of Southern Miss. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our legacy families, which include graduating students with at least one parent who's a Southern Miss graduate. If our alumni parents and their graduating students will please stand so you may be recognized. We are delighted to see so many alumni parents among the crowd, and we're even more grateful that your student chose to continue the Southern Miss legacy. Again, congratulations to you all as graduates of the University of Southern Mississippi. And as we say, Southern Miss, thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Before we begin the conferral of degrees, I would like to acknowledge that the University of Southern Mississippi will soon honor Mr. Lawrence W. Warren, President and Chief Executive Officer of Warren Paving Incorporated, with a Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. I would encourage you to refer to page 115 in your commencement program to learn more about Mr. Warren and his exceptional contributions to the greater Pine Belt community and to the University of Southern Mississippi. Just a quick word to the graduates as we begin to walk across the stage. I would ask you to consider using the hand sanitizer that we provided for you at your seats before and after you enter and leave the stage. As your section is asked to line up, I would encourage you to maintain appropriate distance between yourself and the person in front of you, and I would ask you to continue to wear your face covering. Once you get to the top of the ramp, if you would like to take off your face covering for photographic purposes, feel free to do so. And certainly when you greet me here to my right of the stage, I will not have on a face covering, but I assure you I have been fully vaccinated and intend to spread no disease tonight to anyone. In lieu of shaking your hand, I'm excited to share that I will be presenting each of you with a special keepsake gift. The gift is a commemorative letter opener that you can now see on the screen with the University of Southern Mississippi embossed on the handle. It is my hope that each of you will keep this as a memento of all the possibilities that are now open to you as a graduate of the University of Southern Mississippi. At this time, I will ask our Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Stephen R. Mosier, to come forward for the conferral of degrees. Dr. Mosier.
Good evening. I will now ask the deans to present their graduates and candidates for the specialist and master's degrees. Dr. Trenton Gould, Dean of the College of Education and Human Sciences.
Will the graduates who completed the specialist degree in the spring of 2020 and the fall of 2020 in the College of Education and Human Sciences please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in May or December of 2020, respectively. Graduates, you may be seated. Will the graduates who completed the master's degree in the spring of 2020 in the College of Education and Human Sciences please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in May of 2020. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the graduates who completed the master's degree in the summer or fall of 2020 in the College of Education and Human Sciences please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in December of 2020. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the candidates for the master's degree for the spring 2021 semester in the College of Education and Human Sciences please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these candidates have been approved for graduation by the faculty, and they are ready to have their degrees conferred pending completion of all degree requirements. Candidates, you may be seated.
Dr. Chris Winstead, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Will the graduates who completed the master's degree in the spring of 2020 in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in May of 2020. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the graduates who completed the master's degree in the summer or fall of 2020 in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in December of 2020. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the candidates for the master's degree in the spring 2021 semester in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these candidates have been approved for graduation by the faculty, and they are ready to have their degrees conferred pending completion of all degree requirements. Candidates, you may be seated.
Dr. Brett Beckton, Dean of the College of Business and Economic Development.
Will the graduates who completed the master's degree in spring of 2020 in the College of Business and Economic Development please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in May of 2020. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the graduates who completed the master's degree in the summer or fall of 2020 in the College of Business and Economic Development please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in December of 2020. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the candidates for the master's degree for the spring 2021 semester in the College of Business and Economic Development please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these candidates have been approved for their graduation by the faculty, and they are ready to have their degrees conferred pending completion of all degree requirements. Candidates, you may be seated.
Dr. Lachelle Story, Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Professions.
Will the graduates who completed the master's degree in the spring of 2020 in the College of Nursing and Health Professions please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosier, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty, and their degrees would have been conferred in May of 2020. Graduate, you may be seated. Now, will the graduates who completed the master's degree in the summer of or fall of 2020 in the College of Nursing and Health Professions, please rise and remain standing. Provost Mosher, these graduates were previously approved for graduation by the faculty and their degrees would have been conferred in December of 2020. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the candidates for the master's degree for the spring 2021 semester in the College of Nursing and Health Professions please rise and remain standing? Provost Mosher, these candidates have been approved for graduation by the faculty and they are ready to have their degrees conferred pending completion of all degree requirements. Candidates, you may be seated.
Will all the graduates and candidates for the specialist and master's degrees please stand? President Bennett, these graduates and candidates have been approved for graduation by their deans and faculty, and I recommend that you confer their degrees.
Provost Mosher, on your recommendation, with the approval of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me as President of the University of Southern Mississippi, and pending completion of any remaining degree requirements, I confer upon these graduates and candidates their respective specialist and master's degrees with all of the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Will the graduates and candidates for the specialist and master's degrees please come forward and receive your diplomas?
The following graduate completed the specialist degree in the spring of 2020. Jessica Wilkes Arnold. The following graduates completed the master's degree in the spring of 2020. Franklin David Southern. Haley Marie Allen Aurelian. Branisha Therese Washington. Kijana O. Poti. Courtney Hope McMullen. Catherine Christine Kitchens. Precious Patrick Adet. Regina Jean-Marie Coffey. Juta Tamashat. Mihili Edisuria. Kelvin Dwayne Doss, Jr. Margaret Katembe. Michael Soriano Bonales. The following graduates completed the master's degree in the summer of 2020. Dolores McNair. Brandon Atkins, Jamad Antonio Smith, James Raymond Gerhart, Ashley Nicole Marshall, Deanna Michelle Parrish, Pamela Maria Bland, Heidi Cavalier, Shelby Elizabeth Caffrell, Eric Jalen Bonet, Elizabeth Francis Gonzalez, the following graduates completed the specialist degree in the fall of 2020. Janiqua Merrill, Crystal Murphy Wise. The following graduates completed the master's degree in the fall of 2020. Jessica Michelle Evans, Laura Valiant, Heidi Suzanne Moore, Lawanda Nicole Ellis, Damika Raynell Underwood, Davidra Kaba, Caitlin Chantel Ladner, Amber Brianna Love, Shantae Nicole Ferguson, Alvina Denise Jeffries, Jasmine M. Coleman Miller, Abigail Morgan Armstrong, Elizabeth Weaver, Charity Darlene Holm Whaley, Merrick Green Jackson, Laveria Terrell Slaughter, Narisha Ponam, Chandana Namburi, Raquel Ford, Aaron Durachet Jr., Armand Philip Flores, Junsun Park, Sheila Renee Powers, Amy Dolores Myers, James Terrell Stallworth, Caleb Johnson III, Jillian Christina Smith, Akira Kiana Baker, Jonathan Geiger, Destiny Miller. William Henry Freeman, Sr. Shelley Bilbrow. Corey Page Cannon. Nishada Satasuk. Rachel Louise Johnson. Megan Peterson. Tatum M. Johnson. Angela Denise Dearman. Carla Odom. Selena Boyda. Megan Jane Yuri Wilson. Amber Young. Alexis Lee Holland. Michelle Alexandra Rogers. Tapan Hemant Rajguru. The following candidates will complete the master's degree in the spring of 2021. Pearlie Mae Amos Smith. Meredith Page McGee. Rebecca Rux. Heather Miller. Cortland James McCullough. Ian Brandt Vowell. Caitlin Mariana Elaine Niemeyer. Samantha Michelle Koblentz. Abigail Reeves Anderson. Kayla Joe Martin. Kayla Rainey. Jinyu Young. Namratha Pamarthi. Michael Anthony McGee. Armand Saturna Barnes. Tyler Jacobs. Carlton Stephen Coleman, Jr. Mary Frances Kalix. Summer Nicole Parker. Martin Eugene Moore. Allison Carol McIntyre. Christina Pertwee Jones. Amber C. McNeil. Amanda Gale Gayhart. Dwight Owens. Lacey Wallace. Savannah Denise Timms. Jordan Matthew Foxworth. Benjamin Rains Davis. Catherine Claire Walker. Shannon Smith Davis. Carla Diane Bowie. Tyler Reed Cochran. Caitlin V. Nolly. Amanda Tang Hobbs. Caleb Michael Owenby. Haley Patricia Morse. Kelly Lorraine Smith. Laura Lee White. Darian Ashley Krasner. Shannon Ida Locknane. Nicole Matchka. Charisse Luciana Rogers. Lauren Marie Slay. Melissa West. Carla Rochelle Daly. Jacqueline Wilson. Kristen A. Wagaspak. Blake Austin Daly. Ashley Dufran. Cameron Gooden. Betsy Redford Pennington. Shantae Deshawn Wash. Robert Andre Walker Jr. Cambry Lakin Sims. Lindsay Allison Stobaugh. Ian Gabriel Fields Appling. Bala Tripura Sanduri Yapruta. Lauren Kelly Shoemake. Caitlin M. Weaver. Zanberg Norris Phillip. Chance D. Rawls. Jordan Reed Mitchell. Tiffany Hicks. Justin Scott Cummins. Jennifer L. Coleman. Yolanda Clark. Angela Tatum. Shah Zaib Raza. Christy Harvey. Tiffany Selena Sewell. Curtisha Winstead. Sparkle Leatrice Davis. Angela Powell Harrison. Stacy Denise Fairley. Shannon Nicole Murray. Chantrice Janice Brumfield. Janelle Veronica Miller. Sydney Rizika. Heather Westerfield. Kawan Hart. Taylor Charles Wilson. Brooke Turner. Dominique Chantel Common. Canisia Bean. Catherine Kelly Hudson. Charity Lane Tucker. Alexandria Sierra Roden. Shelby Nicole Williams. Colton Cuevas. Cornelia Carol Causey. Angel Elizabeth Lovett. Katie Jalen Rogers. Antoine Marquise Wells, Sr. Laterica Moore.
Jennifer Porter Roberson. Mariah Sido. Robin Hayes Chansey. O'Neill Christopher O'Dane Jones. Tiffany S. Cole. Chelsea Zahara Barnett. Robin Atiana Harris. Taylor Elizabeth Matwire. Alexandra Brittany Duenot. Rachel Mackenzie Garrison. Madeline Elise Morgan. Christina Len Powell. Lynn Pendleton. Sarah Schlesinger. Abigail Chloe Evans. Octavia Powell. Melissa Elimar Peraza Mata. Patricia Rezende Vanucci. Wacharit Karchun. Shelby Malaya Dolbear. Brian Elliott Beck. Catherine Elizabeth Locklear. Jessica Alexandra Lizardo. Sarah Maria Arrutia Garcia. Nathaniel J. Gonsalves. Tamia Natasha Singleton. Deshaun Elliott West. Charlton Lind Whipple. Angela Michelle Mata. Judith Marie Pessoa Rhines Hagen. Morgan Andrew Dragon. Mary Catherine Brown. Dana Suzanne Bramlett. Keturah Haggard. Ajonica Erica Atedwadi. Sydney Marie Rester. Aaron Lee Burleson. Sierra Spruill. Shelby White. Justin Scott Wilmoth. Shruti Degala. Bhavani Chattaraju. Sai Vamsi Nagalapali. Akil Sai Nelakuliti. Okay. Manaj Kumar Siramala. Akil Samudrala. Harash Nutaki. Manadeep Vadla. Varun Gadam. Aaron Matthew DeLeo. Paris Hill. Megan Lee Cothern. Holly Ann Stringfellow. Helen Hung Lei. Alicia Louise Macchione. Sadie Lynn Cavalier. Jessica Amoruso. Teddy Ferracho III. Courtney Lee. Khushbu Patel. Sai Teja Parachuri. Brianna K. Minor. Stephanie L. Morell. Caitlin Grace Mizell. Erica Cameron Cecil. Abigail Sands Willis. Christy Danielle Johnson. Samantha Marcan Grissom. Reagan B. Aldridge. Marley Kahn. Abby Barker Rush. Megan Rayleigh Patterson. Chelsea Ramirez Podorski. Brea Neal Alario. Megan Celeste Riggins. Mary Catherine Thompson. Shannon Schroet. Brittany N. Crane. Madeline Beckham.
Please join me in congratulating all of our graduates. This ceremony brings to conclusion all right. I do like an ovation. This ceremony brings to conclusion for many of you years of coursework, research, thesis writing, capstone projects, and other professional certification training. The process to get you to this point has been rigorous, and it has required a tremendous level of determination, a tremendous level of persistence and grit, and a sheer will to finish all of your degree requirements. And tonight, each of you have done just that. Like your families and your friends, the University of Southern Mississippi is proud of your accomplishments. And we know that as you depart from this institution, you will find your way all around the world and carry with you more than 111 years of university history and tradition. As president of the University of Southern Mississippi, I could not be more honored to know that our institution's reputation is in excellent hands with each of you. As president, I extend my very best as you embark on the next chapter of what I know will be a great adventure. Congratulations to each of you, and we wish you all of the best. Now, Dana Berry is probably going to fall out wherever she is. But this morning at the doctoral ceremony, we had a wonderful performer that sang our national anthem and our alma mater. And that young man, Mr. O'Neill Jones, came across the stage a second ago. I'm going to take a point of presidential privilege and ask Mr. O'Neill if he would do the alma mater this evening with Ms. Watson. They have never rehearsed this, but we have two amazing performers, and I feel like they'll be able to do it, so come on up. There's nothing like the university president putting you on the spot. So y'all confer, because you're going to have about 30 seconds. Dr. Davis, Kimberly Davis, is Mrs. Watson's major professor. So I don't know if you want to give them any tips or hints, Dr. Davis. But Mr. Jones, maybe if you and Ms. Watson confer for about 30 seconds, particularly on the ending of our alma mater. As they are conferring for a short amount of time, and as we begin to close, I'd like to again thank members of our faculty and our staff for their dedication and service to this great university. I would also like to extend a special thanks to each individual and volunteer who worked countless hours to organize an entire week of commencement ceremonies, all to make this a very special occasion for our graduates and for the families of our graduates. So to ensure that we can comply with expected COVID protocols, I'll ask everybody to meet outside as opposed to here on the floor. Okay. At this time, the first time you'll ever hear the alma mater performed by two people who did not know that they were going to perform it tonight, but who I feel certain will do a marvelous job because they are graduates of the University of Southern Mississippi, and we are always ready, right? Please help me welcome to the podium for a duet of our alma mater, Ms. Danielle Roseanne Watson and Mr. O'Neill Jones. Please stand for the alma mater in the recessional.